Well, howdy, internet folks. It's Weaver again. It's roughly around 11:02 in the morning, still for Thursday. It's still the 5th of November, 2020. Besides the politics still going on these days, and the COVID-19 nightmare and environment going hell in a handbasket. How's your day been so far? Normal? I kept telling myself I needed to get a video done concerning about normalcy because for a long while I kept wondering for myself and did a lot of audio recordings for myself, just for posterities. I wasted a hell of a lot of flash drives, I'll tell you. A lot of these damn things. Too many musings, too many things. I could make a mess of boring autobiography. Good. Some scientists would look at the stuff and say, what the hell is this guy on? I want my Thor thing. I'm so happy with my Thor thing. I like my straight jacket. I like my straight jacket. Okay, he's an idiot. Let's move on. I can make a joke about it. There's a lot of things we can't joke about. There's a lot of things we've taken for normal. And there's a lot of things we considered what was normal. And we wake up in a world that's normal is not normal anymore. We look at the world as, well, fill in a blank at this point over here, opposite of normal. What was normal for you? Seriously. Put comments in there if you want to. Put likes if you need to. Put dislikes if you really want to. But what I'm fishing for is comments. What's considered normal for you? What was a normal behavior? What was a normal trait? What was a normal pattern for you? What was something that you looked at or experienced as common and continuing and a pattern that you considered normal? This is a question, boys and girls. This is a question the author of this video is asking you, and madams. Itch. No, I'm not doing something gross on the damn thing. It itched, so I scratched. That's a normal biological action right there. Fixing the head's a normal biological action. Unless you don't have any hair, then you're screwed. Scratching the face, if you got a beard or not, that's considered normal. Maybe your face itches. Underarms. Get an itch, you scratch. Scratch too much, you get sore. That's considered normal. Biological. Said before in my other videos, I'm observational. I'm not an expert in anything. So, whatever happens to me, I'm just saying what happens to me. I don't know what happens to you. I don't know anything about you. Are you normal? Are you not normal? What do you consider normal? Are you normal? Are you considered normal under your own viewpoints? And not somebody else's? I mean, that's what we had to deal with in the first place, wasn't it? Growing up as a kid, I looked at other people and I thought, what's normal? And then I did my own thing, and people got pissed off at me because I wasn't normal. I wasn't doing what they were doing or supposed to be doing. I was a kid growing up, sickly kid, and I read books. I read comic books while people played on a playground in elementary school. I get in an accident, something happened to me, I'm on a sick bench, and I'm picking up a book or a magazine. Well, comic book anyway, for my teens. That was normal for me. People were playing around, being active, being socially engaging. They were talking to people, laughing at people, laughing with people, making fun of people. I stayed the hell away from it. My own thing was my own thing. I thought that was normal. Everybody else was abnormal. But then again, I thought maybe I was abnormal because I wasn't doing what they were doing. And maybe they were normal and I was abnormal. There was always that question in there, growing up as a kid. And then as an adult. Always interrogating myself. Torturing myself, actually. What was normal? I sometimes have a problem with that, too. I always kept asking myself, am my mother and my brother? God rest his soul. Yeah. Yeah, sure, I haven't washed just yet. I haven't got to it just yet. I needed to get money to use the machines, and we got a coin shortage. So people are using a pay app for it. I forgot what the damn pay app was, so I can get it downloaded. I have to do that later. But my mother and my brother. Some people thought he was my father. 8 years difference. Freaked people out when they found out he was my brother. Guy in the red is me. He knew I was different. But the thing is, I didn't realize I was different. I was in my own little world, not trying to deal with anybody else's stuff. And you know, I've seen people these days, currently, a person with a family that lives close to my apartment over here in Lancaster, California. No, not Lancaster, Roseman, California. A guy who's so out of his mind, they considered him mentally imbalanced, but he's so into himself, he hardly speaks to anybody. And he's terrified if I happen to talk to the guy. And the thing is, I understand about being abnormal, I understand about being not part of the normal society. And sometimes wanting to be part of society, but you feel like you're not inside. And mentally, you feel like you're deranged, or crazy, or mentally imbalanced. But then again, you have to find templates to understand what that insanity and that instability is, because according to you, you're fine. Everyone else has a problem with you. Everyone else thinks you're crazy. But you think you're normal and everyone else is crazy. Viewpoints. Context. Perception. It's what we're dealing with all the time, constantly. What is considered a normal pattern these days? What's considered the standard behavior? You can look at everything around you. Is everything the status quo? Do you use status quo normal? Or is a little bit of chaos normal? And what is considered chaos? Changes constantly. Some things are stressing, other things aren't. Observations, personal history. That's what I share. I'm not saying that you personally are going through it. Maybe you are, maybe you're not. I don't know. I don't know you. You know you. I'm still learning more about me. I'm 54 years old and I'm still learning more about me. I'm still learning that everybody is different. Situations change constantly. Sometimes for the better and sometimes for the absolute worst. And even beyond that. I know tragedy. I know grief. I know horror. I know pain. I know fear. I know love. Love for family. Love for friends. Love for a country. Love for ideals. And what is considered normal, I had to throw that away a long time ago because I never considered what was normal these days. Everything changes, and you have to change with it. Or else you become a static piece of whatever you are and then disappear by the wayside. The problem with us is we still want consistency in our lives. Consistency to us is normal. And we need the consistency to keep us rooted. As I said before, I know I use the different plurals. It's going over here. The different persons. And I'm saying you, and I should be saying me. It's kind of hard to say about me when I'm putting myself in the position of you. And then I have to keep remembering, I'm looking at myself sometimes in the mirror, and the videos are just like that, and they're telling me what's going on. Telling myself, as in, I'm the you. Me as an author, I am me. Talking to a camera. Therefore, I'm talking to you. Who's ever watching. It could be me. I could be saying, well, you. You as in reader, you as in watcher, or you as in the person doing the video right now. There are these tenses out here, isn't it? These viewpoints, these first person, third persons at you. But these are semantics, basically. Things to occupy your brain sometimes. Especially mine. I go through scenarios in my head like crazy. Sometimes pleasant, sometimes not so pleasant. I have dreams sometimes where I can actually remember pleasant dreams and nightmares. We're not supposed to be remembering stuff like that, but there are certain things that stick in my head. Certain elements that bring up things I've gone through and experienced. Were they considered normal or were they not considered normal? When I dream about an election situation happening in the past few days, I know that's not normal for me. Normal for me is being in a different place, different time, different building, searching, exploring, running away from something. Usually fear. Running and escaping something. I don't see it. I just feel it. I feel the tension. I feel the dread, the fear coming after me. Or I'm just exploring one place to another. I'm exploring different cities that I thought that were, that weren't. Normal for me sometimes, I guess. Not normal is when I wake up in the middle of the night and having some of my subconscious fears visit me where I can't escape. I'm trapped and I've got a creature coming after my ass. Big, huge fanged teeth. With claws coming at you. You think it's a werewolf or a dog. No, a werebat actually. Furry and ugly with big ass chompers. Or better yet, when you're growing up as a kid, watching cartoons, you thought they were normal. One of the characters happens to stick in your head. For me, it was Witch Hazel. And her laugh. You could find her on YouTube. But she was dressed in a nurse's outfit, chasing me in corridors with this big, huge syringe in the shape of a lance, a medieval lance. She's cackling. She wants to stick me with this damn thing. Chasing me all throughout until she lands me in a damn examining room. And just when she's just about to get to the damn thing, it is shrinking into a normal hypodermic. I wake up. You're not sticking me with that damn thing. I've kept that dream in my head for a long while. I even tried writing a short story about it, but I think I ought to rewrite the damn thing over again. Because it was terrifying. As a kid, you see movies, and you have nightmares over them. You're probably wondering, what does this all have to deal with normal? What's normal for you? What's normal concerning about your dreams? What's normal concerning about your waking? What's normal in how you deal with the dreams or how you deal with life? What's considered normal? We have gone through things, and I'm saying we, as in me and you and anybody else watching this, we have gone through a hell of a lot of stuff in our life. Some stuff were routine, and we considered it normal. Routine's broken, we consider that abnormal. Now we're learning new routines at this point over here. We're going to call them the new normal. And over time it becomes normalized, because now it's a routine. We wish we had the old routines because we loved them. We had them for normal routines. We had them as normal. The truth of the matter is, we can't go back to that time. We can't go back to those feelings. We can't go back to those patterns, no matter how many times we want to. But we cannot consider, and I'm saying this, I cannot consider chaos an absolute normal. Chaos is pure chaos. It doesn't care. It doesn't like stability. It's fluid. But even in fluid, there is structure. And chaos don't like structure. Chaos never likes structure. Chaos wants everything chaotic, random, constant. There's no set pattern. Doing this with my muscles, with my nerves. Going through the nervous system, activating the muscles to do the twitching. May look like random patterns, and maybe they are. But if I do them at the same time, a little slower, maybe they're more random than I thought. Or they almost look like normal. But they're still working. They're still there. I'm looking at you through two eyes. Some of you may have one eye, glass eye. And you're looking at what's considered normal. Maybe your vision's a little skewed. Yes, I'm saying you, the viewer. Because I know my vision sucks. I'm looking at things a little blurry, but I can still manage. Time and decay. That's also considered normal in our time. Well, not in our time. That's considered normal, period. Decay. Depends on it depends on a lot of factors. If you're healthy enough, maybe it's slow, maybe a fast rate, who knows? Something you can't control half the time in the first place. Is it normal? Yes, we die. That's normal. We're born, we live, we die. Normal. Some of us want to live forever. Well, if the universe continues on, and if you happen to be an immortal at that point, and you're going to have an opportunity of living on the planet until it dies, and then you're dead. Because how will you live on a dead planet? Oh, you say you build a rocket ship. Okay, you build a rocket ship. You build a starship. You build something to get off the planet. And what happens if you're the only person in the universe? The only person in the universe. When the universe dies, then what do? You're still immortal. Find yourself a black hole. Crash to death. But what if you're still alive? Alive and dead at the same time. You're Schrodinger's experiment. Is that considered normal? Thoughts like that don't keep me up at night, but they do amuse me from time to time. What is normal? What is your normal? What do you consider as normal? Normal is accepted. what it is. It's accepted. You accept things the way they are, and therefore they become normal. You don't accept them, you rally against them, because you want things back the way they are. Therefore, anything else is not normal. Everything else is different. You rallied for the past. What were you doing in the past? What age? Your viewpoint back then compared to what now is. Your age, your context, your way of looking at things. You're a lot younger, you thought things were a little more simpler. Maybe they were to you during that time period. Maybe during that context. And you're hoping maybe to go back in time to relive it. Or to bring it back out of time. Or relive it all over again in your older time, and therefore you think you can deal with it. Could you have? Let me throw this bone out. We're not doing the grandfather's paradox at this point over here. Throw that out. The grandfather's paradox, I might explain that one on one of these here days, and I know physicists is going to explain that one, and really drive you crazy over it. Okay, we'll drive you crazy over it. Okay. As I understand about the grandfather's paradox, you build a time machine. You had a lot of pain and a lot of situations in the past you want to change. You're picking one particular point. You're going to go back in time. Either beyond your history that started or in your history. But the grandfather paradox is you go back further in time beyond your own time limit. And you meet a gentleman. You have an argument. You kill him. Okay, no big deal. Nobody's going to find out about this guy, right? You don't know if this guy is going to be a key changer unless you've already studied your history and have everything in context so you can tread carefully. Otherwise, you're going back in time without a care in the world. You're going to see what the hell's going on. You're not realizing that you are leaving a footprint. Now, a lot of scientists and a lot of writers have theorized about this damn thing. There's short stories out there. One of them was dealing with a time-traveling organization, actually a travel agency, telling people what to do, what not to do, otherwise it changes things. Well, one guy actually did change things. He went off the path trying to get a good picture of something, or something happened where actually, I think there were a safari, time-traveling safari. They're going to kill a dinosaur that's been dead. It's been categorized as dead, so they're going to kill us. But the guy strays off the path. Smashes a flower. The host is so damn screwed up, he yells at the guy. Because the guy is not sure what the hell he just did. He brushes it off, he just killed a flower. A dandelion. A dandelion. They go back and they feel the bump. Actually, when they went into the past, they felt the bump. And now they felt the same bump again. The bump was them going back and forth. But the time period they go back into, the company's changed, almost non-existent, and there is a different regime, all because of a flower that changed history. The ecological damage done had a change in the atmosphere, and things kind of cascaded. The ripple effects affected time. So when you're going out there and you kill your grandfather and you come back, you find yourself non-existent. But if you're non-existent, how can you go back in time and kill your grandfather? You want to go back in time, see what things are like. You want to stay, you want to relive the times on how they were like. Well, the problem is, you always have to keep in mind this one problem. Your change back in time has a detrimental effect. You going into time stream has a detrimental effect. You wanting things back the way they were doesn't work. We are forced by nature, by time, by whatever, to keep moving forward. We can't go back. We can study our past, we can study the memories, what's been recorded, all we want. We don't know what the future is because we're still recreating it in the present right now with all of our actions at this point. Here's another example. Japanese gardens, the Zen gardens. You have a stone in the middle of a sand. Start running circles around it. And you have borders around it. You're seeing how the circles are being warped because they're interacting with the borders. If you want to see a more fluid action, take a stone in a still water, put it in there and see all the circles go. Blows your mind, doesn't it? Well, the normalcy was the fluid of the water. Even the water, by science terms. There's like a Brownian notion, or Brownian motion theory going on, where the water is constantly in motion. You're seeing it still, but the molecules are still rippling. So a major force screws everything else up, and it takes a long time for a new normal to happen. But now it can't be normal because there's a stone in it. If you reach in there, you're making a new normal. You're just disturbed. So what is considered normal these days? What's accepted? What is accepted these days? We're seeing people with different versions of normal right now. What we're accepting, what we're not accepting, what we're rebelling against. These are the days. These are the times that scare the living crap out of us. So enough of me boring the living crap out of you. Comment like crazy if you want to. Or just hit like or dislike. Tell people you found a crazy guru of sorts. I'm no guru, I'm just a guy observing a lot of stuff. And maybe I miss a lot of stuff. There's a good chance I can only see so much. My binoculars only go so much. I don't see the wide world just like everybody else. We're focused. We're focused. So with that, I bid you adieu.